Welcome everyone. My name is Jason Lawrence and this is Happy Life. So today I want to talk about burnout. And what is, you hear the term burnout all the time. I'm actually going through a period of this right now. And I will say for me, it hasn't really happened that often throughout my life. I remember a time like this that I had probably like 3 years ago now. But what is burnout? You hear the term all the time. People say it all the time. I'm just burnt out. And I feel like, there is a definition for it. The definition says chronic workplace stress. But we can also put into there, if you're a stay-at-home mom, that's a job. And you can definitely get burnt out from that. So I don't think it needs to just, translate to the workplace. It could almost go into any branch of what somebody does. But chronic workplace or home place stress, feelings of energy depletion and exhaustion, increased mental distance from one's job or life, we'll say. Again, if you are somebody that is responsible for taking care of the kids, you may start to feel a little distant from that because of the feelings that you're having inside of you. And then feelings of negativism towards your job, or again, let's incorporate into that your just your life in general. So what can bring the feeling of burnout on? I feel like there's a whole plethora of reasons why this can happen. Some of it can, be due to the workplace and just maybe the feeling of uncertainty. If you're not somebody who is earning certain, salary and getting that weekly, maybe you're a commissioned salesperson or something along those lines, where you've just got a little bit of a feeling of uncertainty as to what's going to be coming in financially for you in the future, even though looking back at the past, you've never really had to worry about that. God's always provided and you've always worked hard and you just haven't had to worry about that. I'm kind of speaking about myself here. So that's what my situation was. And I say was because I feel like I've already pulled myself out of the burnout pit. And I'm gonna also share with you how I've been able to do that. And it comes from the experience that I had 3 years ago when I felt like this. I was able to, it took a little bit more time, but now that I've done it, I was able to kind of look back this time and say, okay, this is what I did last time. So now I know what I need to do. But there are other things that can cause burnout too. If you are somebody that is, let's just say social media, for example, and seeing everything that's going on in social media and, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that. And you feel like that's something that you should be doing or you want to do, but you can't do right now because you have this, that, and the other. That starts to get into a whole loop of just negativity, and that starts to cause burnout. One of the biggest reasons that I experienced it is, again, talking about uncertainty, and that could really go into any aspect of life. But once you start to feel uncertain about something, it's basically like you've got tunnel vision and you're just trying to, like, for me, it's like, okay, I got to get as much work done as I possibly can today. I can't have any interruptions. I've got all this stuff that I need to do. And as I'm working on certain things, I'm trying to get that done as fast as I can because I've got this that I've got to do next. And I've got that I've got to do next. And now I've got this that just came onto the plate, as opposed to just kind of, taking a little bit of a chill pill and putting things in perspective and saying to myself, okay, you know what, let's be comfortable with uncertainty. There's always going to be uncertainty. There's always going to be things that you have to do in your life that you don't enjoy doing, that attribute to burnout. There's always going to be responsibilities with you and your job, your career, your family. So it's very easy to be doing these things over and over and over again and start to lose focus on the important things in life. If you get tunnel vision and you're just caught up in the day to day. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. You've got blinders on, and that's the only thing that you're seeing. Burnout can also be caused by just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, the school routine of getting the kids up and ready for school every morning. My wife and I, we we kind of dread it, and it's not that while we're doing it we're unhappy about it. I mean, we make the best of it. We're both very positive. We both are able to kind of change our mindsets into what we need to for the most part. So we won't let certain things just get us down and keep us down. But the whole school routine, it's the exact same thing every morning. You wake up at the same time, and we actually wake up about an hour early so that we can have, our coffee, our morning time we call it, but have coffee, read. I do my daily devotion, have a little time where we can talk to each other. And then 6 o'clock hits, and okay, got to fill up the tub for the girls. Got to wake them up, get them out of bed, get them out of the tub. Casey gets them all ready as far as their clothes and their hair and all that stuff. And then my job is I'm the one that makes them breakfast. I'm the one that makes their lunch. So for me, it's the same thing. It's like I'll walk out of the bathroom or filling up the tub, walk into the kitchen. Okay, and let's start the routine of doing, getting the fruit chopped up and getting things ready for breakfast and grabbing their lunch boxes from their backpack. And it's very easy to get burnt out with doing the same thing over and over. And I think one of the most important parts about anything that you do, whether it's whether it's your career, whether it's, whatever you're doing over and over and over again, don't lose focus on enjoying yourself and having fun with life. For me and my burnout that I recently experienced, and recently I say, like, I feel like I just pulled myself out of the burnout hole yesterday. Yesterday was my first really good day in a long time. And, I have to attribute that to, there was actually a podcast that I listened to that talked about uncertainty. And I was able to identify, like, okay, this is actually where everything is stemming from for me. And for me, it's uncertainty with when my next paychecks are going to be coming in. I'm a home builder, and I have a real estate company, and so everything that I do is dependent upon either a home building job that we get or real estate that I sell. So there's no just consistent, I'm getting a paycheck from a company that I'm working for. I know how to budget everything. Everything's good. I've learned to live on that amount. There's always uncertainty for me. And even when times are really good, I mean, we've had a little bit of a slowdown in the new construction and real estate industry. This is the beginning of 2023. And that's due to just some different, interest rates, things like that. Nevertheless, things have slowed down a little bit. It's still good. I mean, it's still fine. Overall, I'm not worried about things, but I have to remind myself of that. And even going back to the years, even, a couple of years ago, things were just too hot to handle. I mean, houses were flying off the shelves. Things were just insane. But even then, I remember having those same feelings of uncertainty because, again, there's no consistent schedule of, okay, I'm going to sell one house every month and I'm going to sell a big piece of vacant land every month. No, sometimes I wouldn't have a closing at the bank for 2 months, but then I would have 3, the next month. So there was still that feeling of uncertainty that was there. So for me, there's always going to be uncertainty, no matter what's going on. And so I need to learn how to be okay with uncertainty. And for me, a big part of that for me is the relationship that I have with God. I fully have all of my trust in Him, and I have had experiences over the years and good experiences, but I have just learned to trust Him because He has always provided for me. In fact, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about the birds in the sky, and it says, if God takes care of all of the millions of birds that you see in the sky, because they don't really have any set homes. They don't have any set place where they're basically just, they're landing here, they've got food here, they've got worms there, they've got somebody to put out a feeder here. So if God is taking care of all of the birds, will he not take care of you, a human being? So there's always going to be uncertainty for me, and so I need to learn how to be okay with that. So yesterday what I did was I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to enjoy myself today. I told myself that from the beginning. And what I did is, when I got into the office, I wasn't all about just like turn on the computer and do this and do that. And my gosh, I got to get this done. And I don't know when the next closing is going to be, but I got so much work I need to do. And it just turns into this vicious circle. So yesterday I went in and I cleaned off my desk is just filled with papers, and it's not very often that I clean everything. I went through everything, got rid of things I didn't need, organized things. Made me feel pretty good, actually. Good clean workspace. Then I took, and I've got a daily planner, or really it's just a notebook for me. And I, starting to write things randomly on all different pages because I didn't have time. I didn't have time to put them all together. And so I basically turned over a new sheet. I took all the pages of random stuff, I ripped them out, I rewrote everything nice and neatly onto one page. And then I said, all right, this is what I got to do here. I'm going to go through here and do it. And as I started doing my different tasks that I needed to do, I made sure that I wasn't rushing and that I wasn't worried or even thinking about the next thing that I had to do. And I was making sure to take time to just, maybe sit back a little bit and enjoy and relax. I did some breathing exercises yesterday, twice yesterday, and I'll talk about those in future videos, but it's just kind of a nice little form of meditation that you can, if you can take 10 to 15 minutes throughout your day, it can really kind of change your mindset and the way that you're feeling. And depending on what you do and who you're married to and what your responsibilities are, maybe there's just some things that you just really, really, really hate doing. And if you could get rid of doing that certain thing, then you would feel a lot better and you could enjoy your day a lot more and enjoy your life a lot more. So maybe look to see if there's a way that maybe your significant other, if you tell him or her that, maybe they say, I'll take that off your plate. We'll trade duties here. Maybe there's something that they're doing that you wouldn't mind doing, and vice versa. Or maybe you hire somebody to take care of a certain responsibility, whatever that may be. But life is about being happy and enjoying. And I really, really easily forget that. I am very, very, very work driven. During the days, it's like you think about how much time during the day you're working 8 hours a day. Let's just say for 5 days a week. So for 40 hours a week, you're just supposed to not, just work, and that's it. And I know not everybody's like that. And God bless you if you're not, because I am, and I really need to change that. It shouldn't just be like, okay, I'm going to work now, so now I'm just gonna sit in front of my computer. I'm gonna, I don't want to talk to anybody. I have to talk to people, meet with people. That's part of what I do, but I don't have time to do anything else other than just get my tasks done. And I get into that mindset very easily, and I just need to remind myself, no. It's okay to have some uncertainty, and I'm just gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna try to enjoy. And that's how I ended up pulling myself out of that negative loop of thinking. Well, that's all I've got for this one. I hope that I had some words of advice in there, and I really want to share my life and what makes me happy. I feel like over the years, with the combination of my relationship with God, books that I've read, just the type of person that I am, I'm a very positive person, and I believe fully that you can, however you think is how you see things. And if you're feeling down in the dumps about something, you have the power to be able to change that. And it may not just be a boom, snap of the fingers, okay, I'm thinking positive now. There may be some different, you may need to listen to some podcasts or read some different books, but ultimately there are things that you can do to better how you feel and enjoy life more. So I'm going to share all of that with you throughout my videos that I put out. Thank you so much for your time. I hope there were some words of wisdom in here for you. Have a great rest of the day, and God bless.